welcome back to my channel. This is Stacy with Crafty Dragon Creations, and I started to have excuse me, a little play in my under lock and key journal. I thought, well, I really should just turn on the camera. So this is just gonna be kind of like a craft with me, and yeah, so you can see I was right in the middle of doing stuff. So let's just get started, have some fun. One thing I did was I made this little envelope using this tag punch. So let's see, I'll make another one and show you real quick. It's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory, but we'll make another one. I also took some cardstock and just sprayed some used distress oxides and stuff, smashed it on my glass mat here, put water on it, dipped it in, that sort of thing. So I got some really cool effects. I just kind of wanted some background, you know, cardstock. So all right, so let's see here. Let me get my big cutter. This video is not going to be very organized, but we'll still have some fun. Okay, so I have a 1.5, 2.5, and a 2-inch. This one I did the 2.5 inch. So let's just do a 2-inch. It'll be even smaller. Get this straight on here. So if you have this tab punch and have not seen this before, then oh, that's for something else. You don't need to see that right now. Okay, so then I'm gonna put this in here, and so normally you'd cut it about here and you'd have a tag, right? Well, oh shoot, my trash can's over there. Okay, so oh, that did not, hold on, that did not cut even at all. Let's see if we can, okay, well, let's just cut that out here. We'll just go the other end. Okay. Why is that not cutting evenly? All right, let's try this again one more time. Is my paper not straight? Goes in the little 2-inch. It's in there. There we go. That's better. Okay. So then I'm going to make a little score mark. I'm just going to take a mechanical pencil and put the lead in, and I'm going to, of course you can use your scoreboard if you want, but I'm just bringing it down probably about, what, 1/4 inch. If you can see, made the slightest little score mark. I'm gonna bend that over. And then you can kind of decide how big you want your little envelope. I think I'm gonna do kind of a long one. So I'm gonna cut it about here. And we'll just Take a guess. So then if I fold this up, I just want to make sure it gets covered when you close the flap. That's still not really straight, but and then I shall fold it. Sorry. Okay, and then you can put a little notch in there. I'm just going to use this hole punch. Let's see. Yeah, that's not even. Okay, let's try. Yeah, it's fine. You know what? I'm gonna leave it, because why not? It's a junk journal, right? So we're just gonna leave it. So then when you close your envelope or your flap, you have a little envelope. I am going to ink in here though. I'm just using tea dye just so that it's not so stark white. Get that crease nice and good. We don't have to do this side because it's going to be glued down. We'll get our very uneven punch there. And we'll ink all around the outside. So then we have a cute little envelope. And you can glue this, you can sew it, you can use, I think I'm gonna try some tape. This is, what, 1/8 of an inch double-sided tape. Just do the two sides here. Yeah. Take that off. Come on, there we go. And put it together. And there is our little envelope. So then you can take some little tickets and whatnot. That's two. There we go. I just made these as well. So we'll just put a couple in there. And then we can put a closure. You can do the closure however you like. This one, I actually just wrapped the string around and then I stapled it. So since we kind of have that whole, oh, and I used my little steampunk punch for that. And then I just wrap it around and tuck that under. So there's that one. So this one we can do something different. I'm not sure yet. Let me think on that and let me finish up what I was doing here. So that's a fun different way to use this punch. If you want some little envelopes. I keep forgetting I don't have my trash can over here, so we're just gonna set that aside. Okay, excuse me. So I cut a little card that will fit in there. And I made it that shape using this little punch. And so now I'm just I'm gonna put that on there, and I'm gonna leave that as a little pocket. And then I have some tiny little tag die cuts. Let me get those, hang on. I have these little things, so I'm thinking either this one or this one. Let's see here. That one might fit in there. I think I'm going to use, excuse me, my tape again, just so that my glue doesn't squish out and leave me less space. I love little things, and I love making things into pockets. So this is right up my alley here. Okay. So then I can kind of see where my tape is. So if I make a tag like this, it should fit perfectly. Okay. Put that down towards the bottom. And then when that goes in there, yeah, this should fit. Okay. I'm going to get something to make a little tag. Let's see if this is wide enough. Barely. But I think what I'll do is we'll double it up. Keeping the fold uncut. And then we'll have like a little, I'll show you. Hang on. Okay, so I have my little tag, and then it opens. So you could write a little something in there. And then it fits in our little pocket, which goes in our little envelope. And there we go. Oops. I'm not sure I'm crazy about this kind of closure, but there we go. And then we can put it somewhere in our journal. All right, let me get these back out of the way. All right, so I'm not sure if I have a specific place for this little envelope yet, but it can always be just kind of, you know, clip to the side like that. We could always glue it, but if I did that, I would need a way to close this. So I kind of like the idea of just leaving it free, and then we'll just make a little paper clip and clip it in. Or if I end up with a pocket, I could put it in a pocket. All right, so what else do we want to make? Oh, let's finish this one. It does not look straight, does it? Okay, so with this one, let's see, I have some hole reinforcers here. So we can put one on there. I'm going to color it. There we go. Now this one, I actually should have waited to tape that down because I could have put a little, you know, closure, but I didn't wait. So, looking for, I have some yellow, you know, or this twine that would go better with this. Ah, here we go. So I have some yellow. So let's see how we're gonna do this one. I might go in like this and do this type of thing. And we could have it go all the way around. Okay. Maybe too long, but we'll see. All right, get this back out here. So I'm just doubling it up. I'm gonna put it through there and come in like that so that we'll have this. You know, I could still do that like little policy closure thing, and I have a way to do it so that you're not going through the paper there. So let me get scrap piece. I had, yeah, let's do this, and I'm gonna take our 1-inch hole punch. And then let's just do a couple of this. This is just some scrapbook paper. So we can double this. Doubled up there, and we'll ink so we don't have that white. Okay, and this one, well, first of all, we're going to punch our hole. Try to get it somewhat in the center. Okay. We're gonna put our brad in. Let's just do gold. Oops. We're also going to put it in here, so hold on a second. Okay. I'll put that in there. Okay. Then before I put those you know, what are these? The legs, the brads, the pins, whatever. Before I put those down, I'm gonna put my string in between there so that I know how much room I'm gonna need, okay? So then I'm gonna go ahead and put those down as flat as I can. Then I'm gonna glue this to this. And then you're left with some space in there to put your string. So you're not going through your paper and you still have your little policy closure. We'll do that. I think I'm gonna tie these together. You could put a little charm on here. Oh, you know what would be cute? Hold on, there's gonna be a lot of hold-ons because this is not a planned video and I get ideas as I'm going, so hold on. Okay, so I found me a little button. And let's see. Come in through the back. And through the back. There we go. And then I will tie it. As close to the end as I can. So then we have a little button on the end there. Okay, so there we go. I have my little button on there. So then let's get some more of our little stuffs here. And we can put those in there. And then I can put something on the back here. Let's see. I can do a little wheel. I can do a little, oh, I can make another pocket. I mean, come on now. It's me. So let's do it. Let's make another little pocket. And I think I'll just leave those holes. Yeah, I'll just leave those little holes. Oh. So this one I definitely am not going to be gluing down because I'll have something on the back. Okay. These off. There we go. And then we have another little pocket back there. Cute. Okay, so there's two little envelopes to do. Now, what do I want to do next? So, I'm still thinking about the cover for this. I think I'm probably going to do a paper bag cover. Excuse me. Ugh. Yeah, but I'm not sure yet. So I have this little die cut thing that I cut out, so that would be cute like that. I could even, I was gonna say make this a pocket, but I'll probably need to put tape or something on there. Just make it a tuck spot. So let's do that. Come on. Okay. Oh. So how's everybody doing in the northern hemisphere with this, with the heat? I know some areas of the country are burning. I mean, not literally, but although I do think there's a wildfire somewhere. Where I'm at, which is basically central Missouri, we're actually kind of getting a little bit of a, I don't want to say a cold front, but cooler temperatures than normal. We've had a lot of rain, which has been lovely for my garden. Okay. But it hasn't been horrible. Cut that. Don't know if that's going to stay. Let's do a little bit more on these edges here. I just want to make sure that when you tuck something in there, it's not going to catch. Okay. I like that. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of glue on this side. So then let's just say this is something, tuck it in there. All right, so we have that. I think maybe I should glue that down. These little tiny dies are hard to glue. Okay. I don't know if that's gonna stay. But I should be careful with closing that, because then it will, or it could glue together. All right, so I'm gonna leave that page open. Excuse me. I don't know what is in my throat. A lot of drainage lately. All right, so oh yeah, here's our little waterfall that we made in our last video. That was fun. Let's see. Let's do something on here. That would look good. Okay, so basically this is just a big pocket. Where is my ground espresso? Put this back over there. Get my other one. Don't want that white showing. Now, do I want to do anything to this? I could just kind of edge it with that oh, you know what? Actually, I have a marker. Okay, hold on. All right, so I have a gold Posca pen. Let's see how well this does. This is a acrylic marker. That's cool. I kind of wish I need to get me like a copper and a brass. But I'm liking this. Although I do think the copper would have looked better, but we do with what we have, right? Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is outlined. So I need to let that dry. I wonder if I should cut the keyhole out. That might be kind of fun. Okay, well, let's see. This is dry. Okay. Let's cut out the keyhole. So first I need a mat. And then I need an X-Acto knife. Okay, so I've cut that out. It's not perfect, but I think it looks cool. All right, so then, still don't have my trash can. Got to put that on our page. Now, I am worried about that. I think it might be okay. I Could put some acetate behind there, which I think I'm going to do because that will make me feel better. So let me find a little piece here. Got some packaging, so that'll work. And I'll just, I need to cut this apart. There we go. And I'll just tape this on. This tape has like strips of stickiness on the outside. I'm not sure what that's about. Okay, there we go. Now that is protected, and when you go to put something in there, you'll be able to see, plus it won't catch. Very cool, very cool. All right, so glue this puppy on. I can get the glue to come out. It's trying. It's trying. Whoops. Get back on there. Go. Keyhole's a little crooked, but it's old, right? It's been worn down and used. And I think we'll just, for now, put that in there, maybe. Nope, that's too big. Don't have anything else. I have kind of a smaller tag, but it's wider. There we go. Then we can decorate that up. Yeah. Cool. There's still some writing space up there. So let's decorate this up. No idea what to put on here, so let's see here. I have lots of fun embellishments. Let's see. Could put that on there as like a little dangle. That might be cute. Also, oh, I have a key. Maybe we could just put the key in there. We have, no, I have a special pocket for that one. Let's see. Oops. Could put this on there. And hey, guess what? Make it into a pocket. Let's see. that. I don't want to make this too thick though to go in there. All right, let me come back to that because I'm not sure yet. But anyway, there's that pocket. Cool. All right, I'm gonna do one more thing. Let's work in a different signature. I tend to like, you know, if you start at the beginning of your signature of your book, I do like all my really fun ideas at the beginning, and then by the time I get to the end, I'm like over it, so then I don't have as many cool ideas in the third signature. Do you guys do that? Do you even worry about that? I do. So let's do something on this side. Okay. So I have the viewfinder, right? And I think I made, this pocket, I made especially for it so it would fit. Of course, you don't have to do that. But I think I want to, boy, that's gonna be tight. Wonder if I should gusset this. I think this is the pocket I have for this. Yeah, but I made it a little tight, so I think I'm gonna gusset this. That way it fits, and we'll just use some leftover paper here. See if I can remember how to do this. Let me turn this over and let me get my pencil out. Okay, so let's cut this. I'm just gonna fold it over about that much. And we'll cut that. And then, let's see. Cut these at an angle. That way, is that right? Yep, okay. There we go. Now glue that on there. Could even put it over the top. No. No, I don't like that. Okay. So we'll just put it here. Right, and we'll do this one. Trim the corners. Guess I should put glue on this part, huh? Okay, so then this will fit in there and I don't have to worry about whether that's gonna fit. And I'm not worried about the bottom because I do want it to stick up. But what do I want to do with this? I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't feel like cutting out all those little things. At least not today. So I don't know, I might just leave it for now and come back to it. But I can go ahead and glue this down. So I will do that. Oh, let's do the bottom. Forgot to ink this. There we go. And this can just be, even if we just left that, this can be a little journal card. But maybe we can do something fun with that. All right, guys, I think I'm going to stop there for today and maybe continue working a little bit later. But yeah, that was fun. I love making these little envelopes. They're so cute and they're fun to play with. And so, all right, guys, thank you for joining me on this little craft with me video today. I appreciate it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And please subscribe so you don't miss out on any further videos. And we'll continue working in this journal. And I'll eventually come up with something for the cover. Maybe by the end of the month. I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys. You guys take care. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.